14126, Alabama ID number 2054. We're in the southbound lanes on Interstate 65, right outside Cullman, Alabama. We're about 50 miles north of Birmingham. We're in the southbound lanes, as I said before. Selected for cell 2-43, although this is one of those which could also flip over as a GPS 1 cell. It was selected to have 1.3 inches of asphalt concrete surfacing and 10.9 inches of asphalt concrete base, or asphalt bound base, I should say. Looking at reviewing the typical section again, those thicknesses are more likely to be around 3.2 inches of asphalt and 9.1 inches of base. Therefore, the total thickness of asphalt concrete here should be around 12.3 inches, 12 and a quarter inches, let's say. And that is what we'll be checking out when we do the drilling. That's one disadvantage of using an auger rather than getting a core out of a hole, is that it's a little bit more difficult to gauge the different thicknesses of layers of asphalt concrete, which are design factor levels or selection factors for one of the GPS sampling designs. I'm going to pull up briefly and give a panoramic view of the area just so we can see what we have out here, and describe a couple of other things as we go from there. At the beginning of the test section, looking on the test section, as again we're working in the southbound lanes of Interstate 65. Have very heavy traffic out here, particularly trucks. It's not as bad this morning as it was yesterday afternoon when we came out and did the initial marking on this. We didn't have any traffic control at the time. But as we'll see throughout the progress of the video tour, you'll notice the traffic going by here in the passing lane, which is still open to traffic. For U.S. Highway 278, which leads into Cullman, which is mostly off to the east of us here. Working on around, we're in a fill section in here. Initially we wanted to use the northbound lanes because there's more loaded trucks, or more heavily loaded trucks, which use that lane in the southbound. But the fill over there was just too high. It was around 35 feet in that area, whereas over here it's probably around 20. And that's even deceptive looking when you look over here. Step around the rig so we can get a view of the area. We've got guardrail on our side throughout the length here. .3% grade going downhill here in the tangent section. This is newly constructed. I believe it was open to traffic only last year. In fact, the permanent striping hasn't been done out on this job yet. Obviously, there is very little, if any, distress to be noted. In fact, up to this point, I have not noticed any whatsoever to report. Have a couple little marks here on the surface where some gouging has taken place due to some tire rims. You can follow a line down here which is probably caused by the same thing, but no cracking, no rutting, really no nothing in this test section. There's not much really for me to talk about as we go on down here.